One missile has changed everything. Russia's latest strike in Ukraine has taken the war to a whole new level. On the 22nd of November 2024, Russia fired its hypersonic Oreshnik missile at Dnipro, shocking the world and raising the stakes in the conflict. This marks a big shift, as Russia uses advanced weapons to strike back at Ukraine for using US and British missiles on Russian targets. President Putin, in a televised speech, warned of more strikes and said civilians would get warnings next time. But with tensions running high and world leaders on edge, the big question is, how far will this go? Chapter 1. The Oreshnik Missile. The Oreshnik missile, which means the Hazel, is not just an ordinary weapon. It is part of a new group of super-fast missiles called hypersonic intermediate-range ballistic missiles, which can fly at speeds over a Mach 5. This makes it nearly impossible for today's missile defense systems to stop. What makes the Oreshnik special is its MIRVed payload. This means it can carry multiple warheads that can hit different targets at the same time. Although the missile used in Dnipro carried a regular explosive, experts say that MIRV technology is often linked to nuclear weapons, showing that this missile could serve two purposes. Fabian Hoffman, an expert in missile technology, said the missile's use was meant to send a message to the West. "This isn't just about Ukraine," he said. "It's about showing NATO and the world how advanced Russia's weapons are." Chapter 2. Why it happened now. Russia's missile launch was timed on purpose. It happened just days after Ukraine hit Russian territory with advanced Western weapons. On November 19th, Ukraine fired US-made Attack-MS missiles, and on November 21st, Log British Storm Shadows followed. These attacks marked a big change in the conflict, as Western allies had previously stopped Ukraine from using such weapons against Russia. In his speech, Putin said these attacks were a turning point. He explained that, from that moment, a regional conflict in Ukraine, previously provoked by the West, has turned into something more global. The missile launch was not just a response but also a warning. By using the Oreshnik, Russia is showing it is ready to escalate the conflict if Ukraine keeps attacking deep into Russian land. Chapter 3. Attack on Dnipro. Dnipro, a city in central eastern Ukraine, was once a center for Soviet missile production and is still an important location today. Early Thursday morning, the city was hit by the Oreshnik missile, along with other missiles, including a Kinzhal hypersonic missile and 7 Kh-101 cruise missiles. The Ukrainian Air Force said it shot down 6 of the 7 cruise missiles, but the Oreshnik caused significant damage. Fires broke out at an industrial site, and 2 people were injured. Regional Governor Serhiy Lysak said the attack targeted important infrastructure, adding pressure to Ukraine's already struggling economy. Dnipro has been attacked before, but the use of a hypersonic missile makes this strike more serious. Videos online showed bright projectiles flying through the night sky before exploding, highlighting the powerful weapons involved. Chapter 4. Global reactions. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky strongly condemned the attack, calling it a clear and serious escalation, and urging the world to respond firmly. He warned that a lack of strong reactions to Russia's actions makes it seem like such behavior is acceptable, stressing the need for quick international condemnation. While NATO and US officials recognized the seriousness of the strike, their public responses were careful. NATO spokesperson Farah Daklala said, "Using this capability will not change the outcome of the conflict or stop NATO allies from supporting Ukraine." However, behind the scenes, Western governments are reportedly reconsidering the risks of further escalation. In addition, the US confirmed that Russia informed Washington about the strike shortly before it happened. This move, likely meant to prevent unintended escalation with NATO, shows how both sides are carefully managing this increasingly tense situation. Chapter 5. Hypersonic weapons. Hypersonic weapons like the Oreshnik are a major breakthrough in military technology. These missiles travel 5 times faster than the speed of sound. making it hard for most defense systems to stop them, which makes them a serious threat. Russia has used hypersonic weapons before, like the Kinzhal missile in Ukraine. But the Oreshnik is different. It can carry several warheads at once, which makes it much more powerful. Experts say that using this weapon in Ukraine is not just about military strategy, it's also a way for Russia to show off its capabilities. By showing the Oreshnik, Russia is sending a message to both Ukraine and NATO, warning that it may escalate if pushed further. Chapter 6. Political Impacts. The strike happens at a key moment in global politics, with President-elect Donald Trump about to take office in just 2 months. Both Russia and Ukraine seem to be preparing for possible peace talks with Trump, who has promised to end the war but hasn't given many details on how. The Biden administration's choice to allow Ukraine to use advanced Western weapons against Russian land was said to be influenced by Russia's recent decision to bring North Korean troops onto its territory. This move is seen as a sign of Russia's growing relationship with North Korea, making the situation even more complicated. If Trump returns to the White House, US policy could change. Trump has criticized the billions of dollars in aid sent to Ukraine under Biden, and he is likely to push for talks, making both sides take strong stances before any discussions start. Chapter 7. What's next? The use of the Oreshnik missile raises concerns about the future of the Russia-Ukraine war. As both sides keep increasing their actions, the risk of a bigger conflict grows. For Ukraine, the strike shows the ongoing struggles despite Western help. For Russia, using such a weapon is a risky move that might lead to a stronger response from NATO. Worldwide, using hypersonic weapons in regular wars could set a dangerous example and start an arms race. In conclusion, the strike on Dnipro with the Oreshnik missile is an important moment in the war, as rising tensions and new technologies are changing modern warfare. What do you think? Is the world heading toward a larger conflict? Or can diplomacy still bring this war to an end? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you found this analysis insightful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more in-depth coverage of global events. Let's hope that cooler heads prevail before it's too late.